Scrappers, today we're going to make this really sweet Easter basket. This is the one we're going to make today. Look how cute. And I made these ones as well. This one uses the Fresh Florals designer paper. And then this one I used the Whisper White for the box. And then also the designer paper is the Bubbles and Fizz from Celebration. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So let me give you all the pieces we're going to be using. I'm using the Lemon Lime Twist today, and this is cut at 6 by 6. And then you're going to need 6 strips cut at a 1/2 inch by 5. And then 1 strip cut at a 1/2 inch by 6. Let's grab our paper trimmer. Okay, so let me give you a quick tip on how to cut these strips, because you're also going to be scoring them. So I found that if I cut this at 5 inches first, and then I'm going to score this at and 3.5, then that's going to make your score lines for your strips. Then you're just going to go ahead and turn it, and then you'll just cut 6 of them at a 1/2 inch. Okay, so it's already cut, and then it's already scored for you too, so you don't have to go back and score these little tiny pieces. So there's a little tip for you. All right, so remember to cut 6 of those. All right, now we're going to bring in our 6 by 6 piece. We're going to score this at a 1/2 inch, and then 2, 4, and then 5.5. Then you're going to turn it and do the exact same measurement. So you're going to score it at a 1/2 inch, 2, 4, and 5.5. Okay, you can go ahead and fold all your score lines. Okay, now we're going to grab our paper snips. We're going to start cutting. So we're going to have a top and a bottom section of this box. So working at the bottom section only right now, we're going to remove this corner piece first. Then we're going to go ahead and cut on the score line. So we're going to cut here and here, and then also on this side. Okay, so we're going to remove these 2 tabs on the outside, and then we're going to cut these 2 tabs here, the 1/2 inch part. So we're going to remove this part here and this part. Then we're going to skip over this center part. We're going to keep that intact, and then we're going to remove this 1/2 inch score line, as well as this tab over here. Okay, so now it should look like this. Now there's one more thing you might want to do. You might want to go ahead and miter cut on these outside squares. I'm going to go ahead and do both of them. Okay, so now it looks like this. Now we're going to do the exact same thing on this side. Okay, so now your box should look like this. Okay, so next we're going to add our tear and tape, and we're going to add our tear and tape on these edges right here where the tabs are still on the 4 corners right here. So you're going to fold them forward. Okay, so now it should look like this. We're going to flip it over, and we're going to put adhesive on these edges right here. Okay, so now it should look like this. Okay, so now we're going to grab our strips, and you're going to grab some glue dots. Now remember, these pieces are cut at a 1/2 inch by 5. Then you're scoring them at 1.5 and 3.5. Okay, so depending on what side you want facing out, I'm going to put this lemon lime twist side facing out. So on the back side, I'm going to add a glue dot to each of the ends. And you're going to do this to all 6 of the strips. Okay, so now our 6 tabs are done. You can go ahead and do your handle as well. So I'm going to put these on the inside, so it's going to bend over like this. So I'm going to put the glue dot on each of the ends of the handle part, and I'm going to actually put a couple of those on that to secure that into the basket. Okay, so we have all our glue dots done. All right. Now with your strips, you want to make sure that you're folding those score lines really nicely so you can see them. Sometimes on designer paper you can't see the score lines very good, so you want to make sure you can see that, both of those score lines, because this is going to help you line that up on the bottom of your box or your basket. Okay, so this is going to save you a lot of time when it's already ready to go. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and put our box together. And you'll notice where the tear and tape pieces are, those are going to be folded forward. So then you're going to put your tabs together like this. Okay, so this is going to make your box or your little basket. Okay, so where your tabs are here, we're going to use the multi-purpose liquid glue. And I'm going to put some glue on this side here, and then also on this edge here. I'm going to bring all this together. I'm keeping this in the camera. I don't want to not show you how to do this, but I got to see what I'm doing as well. Okay, so you're just lining up the box edges and then holding that liquid glue in place for just a couple seconds, just for it to adhere down. Okay, then we're going to go to the other side. I'm going to put adhesive on this side and then also on this side. The liquid glue gives you time to maneuver the edges so they line up really nicely. Okay, so then just hold that. Okay, all right, now this is where the little strips that we scored it at 1.5 and 3.5, these are going to fit on the very bottom like this. Okay, so that's why we needed to have those lines lined up, because then each of your edges on the overhang on the sides will be equal in length. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add the liquid glue. I'm going to add 3 strips, 1 on each side and then 1 down the middle. And then you're just going to take your designer paper and you're going to layer it over top of that. Second one. Okay, and then your third one. Remember, you still have glue dots on the other ends, so you don't want them to stick to anything. So now we went in horizontal, now we're going to go in the vertical direction, or the opposite way. Whatever way you went first, we're going to go in the opposite direction. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and remove our tear and tape. So this step will be a little bit easier when we get to the finish line of making the basket. Okay, so our tear and tape is off of the basket. Now with the strips that have the glue dot, all you're going to do is you're going to fold it up and then you're going to bring it slightly down from that edge. It's going to meet that score line if you go straight, but if you give it a bend and then adhere it down with the glue dot, you get that bubble out right there at the edge of your basket. So when you fold over this edge of your basket, it's going to grab that designer paper and really secure that down nicely. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and do the other side. Okay, and fold that down with your tear and tape. Then you're just going to work around. So let me go ahead and do this. Okay, so there's our basket. Isn't it cute? Oh my gosh. And then your handle, you already have your glue dots on that. So I just like to line up the handle with the outside edge right here where you added your designer paper. And then you can also curl this if you want with your bone folder to get that nice curve. And there's your little Easter basket. Isn't it sweet? And then I'm going to add some Ready Shreddy. Okay, so this is the Sweet Soiree Ready Shreddy, and I'm going to use the white. And you really don't need a lot for this little basket. Just put some in that. Let me grab some candy. These are the fun size, the Milky Way. These fit really cute in here. 2 of them. And there you go. Isn't that cute? So let me show you the other one. So here's the one I made with the Fresh Florals designer paper. I made the whole basket with the designer paper. Unlike this one I made with the cardstock and the designer paper. And then this one I used Whisper White and then the Bubbles and Fizz. And then here's the other one that we made just like today. Okay, so that's it. I'll have all the items listed below. And then don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss any future videos. Okay, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you later. Bye.